18 hours straight. You made up these schedules, huh?
Yeah, well, they explained no sleep in med school. You knew what you were getting into, Ramsey.
Yeah, well, doesn't mean I have to like it. You going somewhere?
Double shifts. And, you know, I get a little grimy sometimes. I like to have a change of clothes around.
Looks like several changes.
Women, we love choices. Gotta have choices all the time.
You're a regular Lucy Co.
You had to bring her up, did you?
Whoa. What's with the outburst over Kevin's ex?
There's no outburst. What are you talking about?
Hi. Chris Ramsey. Remember me? You want to tell me what's going on?
Okay, you ready to say I told you so?
I love I told you so's.
Great. Get ready to hoist the victory flag. Wallow in your own...
Enough with the suspense. What gives?
I moved out of the lighthouse.
You and Kevin broke up?
Seems like it. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Julie.
Ready for our session?
I've been ready for hours.
Whoa. If I'd have known that, I would have come earlier.
Well, you're here now, so let's get started.
Excitement. I like that. First off, we have got to get the psychiatrist who declared you incompetent on our side.
Dr. Davis.
Yes, he's got some pretty strong opinions about you.
And I am determined to change them. He has to find me able to stand trial.
He will.
And the sooner I'm acquitted, the sooner Chris and I can start our life together.
You know, I like that. I like the sound of that much better than the last time I was here.
Speaking of which, I owe you an apology.
And for what?
I pushed you into telling me about your mom. It was obviously painful for you, loving someone so much and having them taken in such a tragic way. I should have been more sensitive.
It is difficult for me to talk about my mother, but I told you you could ask anything, so the subject was fair game.
Well, I know therapists don't usually discuss their personal lives with patients, but I'm glad you broke the rule. It feels like we're closer now because I saw you vulnerable.
You're right. The patient-therapist borders might have been brought down a bit.
You're more Rachel now, not just Dr. Locke shrink to the mentally challenged.
Well, I'm glad you see it that way. Because I would really like you to adjust the way you view me.
Adjust how?
I'd like you to see me as more of your mother. Fortunately, in therapy, you can allow yourself to get into a relationship where you're dependent on your doctor.
So you'd be a substitute parent?
Julie, I would never try to be your mother. More like the mother you didn't have.
Well, Mom and I don't get along so great now. But she was okay when I was younger.
Well, you know what? Let's talk more about that. Let's explore the relationship that the two of you used to have.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to start out easy, all right? Slowly, with your father. I know that you were always striving to please him.
I wanted him to pay attention to me, but he was usually too busy.
Well, that couldn't have felt very good.
Pretty easy call there.
And your mother?
What about her?
Well, she certainly didn't stand behind you during this whole Greg Cooper brainwashing mess.
No. But I have to give her a little more credit than my dad. At least she was involved in my life while I was growing up.
Looking back, what is your best memory that you shared with your mother?
Shopping. Buying a lot of clothes.
Well, that had to be fun, picking out all kinds of pretty dresses.
No, she did most of the picking. I wanted cool in things like the other girls were wearing, and She wanted me to have more traditional clothes. Timeless young lady attire, she called them. She, laid out my outfits for me every morning before school.
Did you ever wish that you could pick what you wanted to wear yourself?
Mom did a better job. She wanted me to look nice.
Julie, do you really think that your choices would have been that bad?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Isn't part of learning what's right and wrong making your own decisions?
Maybe. But I always believed Mom's way was the right way.
Okay, looking back, do you still feel that way?
I guess so.
There was nothing. Nothing. I mean, there had to be one thing that your mother did that wasn't quite right. Okay, right there. Right there. What are you thinking about right now?
The dark. My mom wasn't right about that.
Tell me.
It terrified me. And I begged my mother for a nightlight, but she insisted there was nothing to be afraid of.
The dark is a common fear among children.
Oh, well, she said it was ridiculous.
So your mother, she ignored your fear and told you what your feelings should be. She was trying to take control of you, and that was wrong. It was very wrong.
Maybe my mother wasn't so perfect after all.
Your mother never allowed you to grow into the person that you wanted to be, that you were meant to be. No, your mother, she took control of you. She molded you into the person that she wanted you to become.
You really understand me, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I was supposed to meet Kevin at the PC Grill. But I was late because I was working. When I got there, Scott found me and told me that he had seen Kevin and Lucy go into a room together. So Scott and I went up to that room, and that's where we found Kevin and Lucy in bed together.
Are you okay?
My pride is wounded. My heart's broken. But sure, I'm fine.
Kevin's an idiot.
I guess.
And so is Lucy.
Well, Lucy is Lucy.
She and Scott are trying to adopt a baby. Hey, what could she be thinking? Wait, that's easy. Lucy only thinks about herself.
So what else is new, huh?
Wonder how long they've been fooling around.
Oh, I think it was just that one time.
But you said Scott was trailing Lucy. He must have suspected something.
Well, I don't know what Lucy's been up to. But Kevin promised me that it was just the one time only. That was it.
And you bought that?
Kevin was at the grill. He ran into Lucy, who had just had a big argument with Scott. So Kevin offered her his shoulder to cry on as a friend. One thing led to another. And go ahead, rub it in. I know you want to. You've been warning me about Kevin forever, saying that he's still hung up on Lucy, so go ahead, rub it in.
I'm not gonna rub in anything.
Why not? Are you sick or something?
I'm not gonna gloat. You're hurting. And you're my friend.
Thanks.
Look, the only reason I warned you about Kevin in the first place was because I was afraid something like this might happen.
Yeah, well, hearts get broken every day.
Not yours. Look, I know what it's like to see someone you really care about in another person's arms.
Stinks.
What was Kevin thinking? I mean, cheating on you? God, I should just punch him in the face next time I see him.
You gotta watch out for those brilliant surgical hands of yours.
Well, that's true. I do have my patients to think about. Not to mention the loss of income.
The ever-dedicated and practical Chris Ramsey. Yes, there we go. Can't tell you what it means to me that you want to. Especially after the way I blasted you for marrying Julie.
Well, I guess it just goes to show who the bigger person is. Me. But we already knew that.
Absolutely.
So what are you gonna do now?
I can't think about what Kevin's done to me all in a day. I need some time to think about it, you know?
Yeah, well, don't even think about going back to him, because that would be the biggest mistake of your life.
Would you like some more tea?
Oh, still working on this one, thanks.
You thinking about your mother?
I just can't get over how mistaken I was.
Control and love. A lot of people get them confused, Julie.
She had such high expectations for me, and I fell way short.
No, but you know what? Those expectations, they were hers. They weren't yours. What about you? You can still have everything.
Oh, so I'm not a lost cause?
No, you're far from it. We're going to prove to everyone what a valuable person you really are. And we're going to start by getting you acquitted of these murders.
The dream is getting closer, isn't it?
You know what you learned today about your relationship with your mother? It's really going to move us toward making your release a reality.
Haven't heard of the "my mommy never let me pick out my clothes" defense.
You were taught to mistake control for love. I mean, don't you see? Greg Cooper, he used the same tactics on you that your mother did. He made you believe that everything he did for you was out of love, when in reality, he was molding you so that he could take control of your mind.
I was never allowed to be my own person growing up. And Greg was able to tap into that and convince me that I committed the murders.
Well, he was the king of head games.
Cooper's intention is so clear to me now. I'll tell the court everything he did to manipulate me.
Yeah, well, what you're going to have to do is convince the court-appointed psychiatrist that you're ready to stand trial, Julie. Now, you can do that. I know you can do that.
I want to be the person you describe. Strong, self-reliant.
I'm going to help you, okay? I'm going to teach you how to use your strengths to overcome your vulnerabilities.
No one has ever treated me the way you do. It's as if a part of you is inside of me, struggling with me, fighting the same battles I am.
If I understand your inner struggles, it's only because I know of people who have had similar demons.
Well, whatever the reason, I'm lucky I found you.
You know, I'm really glad that we've had this breakthrough. And not only for you, but for the other people it's going to benefit.
Like my cute hubby.
Like your cute hubby.
Mm.
And any cute little babies you might decide to have.
I wouldn't hate the idea of having kids with Chris.
And when you do, I bet you won't treat your daughter the same way your mother treated you.
Never. My daughter's life will be different. I won't spoil her with material things. She'll have love, attention, support, and choices. She'll learn to choose.
Sounds like you'd like to have a daughter badly.
Yeah, I do. And someday I'll have one.
Well, this has been an incredible session. I'll tell you that. But before I go, I wanted to give you my new phone number. I had to change it because of crank calls.
Never know when a wacko ex-patient might call.
Julie, I'm here for you. Anytime. Anytime, day or night.
Thanks.
Well, I would like to give you one little homework assignment.
Oh, well, should I expect a pop quiz?
I want you to tell yourself that you're your own person that can make her own choices. And I want you to repeat that over and over and over again until you really believe it, Julie, because you've got to believe that.
I'll try.
Okay.
Kevin is not a monster.
What would you call him then?
Someone who made a mistake.
Come on, you're acting like he left dirty clothes out or he lost his keys.
Well, that doesn't make him a horrible person.
I don't believe this. Am I smelling forgiveness in the air?
I don't know what is going on, okay? I need time to think. Just give me some time to think.
Eve, the guy deceived you in the worst possible way with the worst possible person, and you're thinking about taking him back?
It's not that easy to just let go of someone you care about.
You don't have to tell me that. But Kevin is a jerk. How can you not be furious with this guy?
I am. What Kevin did was wrong.
That's a little better. You were starting to worry me.
Look, sometimes couples go through crisis. If Kevin came to me and begged me for my forgiveness, I would have to at least consider giving him a second chance, wouldn't I?
Who are you and what have you done with Eve Lambert?
I am Eve Lambert. Here, pinch me if you don't believe. Ow!
Okay, fine. You're you. But Kevin is definitely not Kevin.
Why? Because he cheated?
Exactly. It's out of character for him. Look, if I go off and cheat on someone, no one's going to blink an eye. I mean, they expect me to be unfaithful, not Kevin.
Yeah, well, if you cheated on Julie, she'd cut your heart out.
I was
Literally.
referring to the past, thank you. It's before I found wedded bliss with the love of my life.
You better be careful. I'm almost starting to believe you on that one.
Eve, the point is, a goody-goody like Kevin is not going to cheat on his live-in girlfriend with his ex-lover unless he has sincere, deep feelings for that ex-lover.
Whoa. Kevin is not in love with Lucy.
Oh, Eve, open your eyes. He never got over Lucy. Look, I don't want to be cruel, but I want to protect you.
You don't need to protect me.
Okay, you're not hearing me. I said I want to protect you. So don't go off and reconcile with Kevin just yet, please.
I really wish you wouldn't worry about me so much.
I can't help it.
I'll be okay. I promise.
Well, you sound strong now. But I'm afraid Dr. Romantic is going to send you a dozen roses, and all will be forgiven.
I'm a lot tougher than you give me credit for. I am. Come on, I promise. I will not even consider going back to Kevin unless I am absolutely positive that he is not in love with Lucy Coe anymore, okay?
Okay. So where are you going to stay?
I don't know. I'll find a hotel somewhere.
Well, you know, your buddy Chris may have a better idea.
Really? Well, I can't stay here another night.
Why don't you move back in with me?
She thinks she's in control.
You're going to say 3 words. Guilty, Your Honor.
I'm going to change my plea. I'm not guilty, Your Honor.
But when her client turns the tables,
You're a pathetic excuse for a man. You're a pathetic excuse for a human being.
Nora may lose more than her case.
Drop the gun, Harris! I will kill her!
Don't miss One Life to Live. ABC Daytime.
Well, call me crazy. Call me a friend.
How about a crazy friend?
You're really having trouble with this concept of one friend being supportive of another, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Well, as I recall, your idea of support for my marriage was locking me in a closet.
For your own good. How many times did I have to tell you that?
Till I get tired of reminding you.
Look, I really appreciate what you're trying to do for me. But I don't want your life to be disrupted just because my life is in a crisis.
Did it ever occur to you that I may have a selfish motive?
Uh-huh. There's the Chris Ramsey I know. Welcome back.
I miss our martini times. You know, fridge full of olives without Eve Lambert. Not a fun picture.
Yeah, those were pretty fun times, weren't they?
Is that a yes?
Oh, gosh, let's see. Hotel room service, Chris Ramsey cooking. Room service, Ramsey cooking. You're cheaper. I accept.
Acceptance accepted.
I have one tiny question, though.
Shoot.
What will your new bride think of our living arrangements?
Rachel, it's Julie. Just wanted to let you know I haven't always been high on this therapy stuff, but what I learned today about my mother was amazing. Life-changing, even. Anyway, thanks. It means a lot to have someone want to help. That's it. Bye.
enough